Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Libra. It's time to have a look and see what is going on with regards to the week starting February 15th, 2021. And just a quick heads up for all of you out there. Yes, we have gone back to a weekly system. I liked the bi-weeklies, honestly, I did, but after a month and a half, I kind of noticed, after getting punished by the YouTube algorithm, as well as also, just kind of some mixed feedback on surveys I was putting out, kind of like on the polls I made on the community page, but overwhelmingly positive comments. I've decided to, kind of conference with a close friend of mine, and he made some salient points about information overload, and maybe people didn't really feel like that was enough to speak up about, but I definitely care about that when it comes to at least how long I'm spending doing these horoscopes. So I decided to roll it back and just go back to a weekly format for now. Now, interestingly enough, regardless of that, the astrology that we're talking about is influencing the next 2 weeks. So the astrology, just think of the astrology in this video. It's going to be 2 weeks. And the cards are at least weekly as far as this is concerned. And so we're talking about this new moon that is actually occurring on the 11th of February, but it's going to be affecting all the way up to about the 25th, 26th, depending on where you live in the world. And this is falling in your 5th house of love, romance, your relationships with your children, as well as any creative pursuits you have, and how you manifest, how you bring things into the world. And this new moon is actually forming a square to Mars in your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, intimacy, big exchanges, and self-employment money. And there looks like there's going to be an opportunity for a new development in your love life, or again, a creative or parental pursuit or something you're trying to manifest that you will need to be able to make room for. Something that you are going to have to make room for in order to actually incorporate it into your life and have it have the best opportunities and the best space possible. Now, this square is to Mars in your 8th house, and so it's important to pay attention to where there may be some things going on where there might be a temptation to spend too much money, or maybe we need to cut down on our expenditures to be able to reinvest it in this new thing that's coming our way, whether it's a breakthrough in our romantic lives, a breakthrough with our kids, having a chance to maybe conceive a child, or, we want to invest in something we want to monetize, a creative pursuit, a personal business project. We need to have room to grow. And so, a great deal of purging and release of life clutter, old attachments, and old obligations is crucial, okay, during this period. However, with this new moon square to Mars, it may be because when Mars is in our 8th house, there may be people or there may be situations that don't want to let go. Or don't want to end the arrangement, whether it's money you're spending or time spending, however you're doing it. It might have been a situation they were perfectly happy with. So you've got to be okay with detaching from things that are no longer win-wins from you, even if other people involved might not necessarily see the problem. It doesn't mean like we're ending friendships left and right. It's not like we're cutting people off and just freezing them out. But you're going to see that this kind of reordering and downsizing to make room may encounter some resistance every now and then. As we get on to your cards, for your spiritual themes of this week, you've got the 2 of Cups in reverse. And with the Two of Cups in reverse, you're going to be seeing that this is a week where you're going to be finding that, yes, some detangling from situations where interests are no longer aligned is very necessary. Because of the Two of Cups reversed, we don't see, I don't feel anything like hateful going on or anything where people are absolutely trying to cut each other down or anything like that. But competing interests, competing agendas, competing timelines, situations where we're caught up with friends, maybe even closer situations or more involved situations where people are working on completely different futures and yet working together. You're going to eventually have a tug of war situation. How do we end the tug of wars that are going on in our life, right? And that kind of goes into that selective reduction and simplification of your space with that with the astrology we were talking about. Another thing, though, that you're going to want to do this week is, while you're going through that process, is heal a lot of misunderstandings in your relationships, and also heal relationships that have been actually fractured or challenged or strained, because you're getting an opportunity to do some major relationship healing, friendship healing, family healing this week. The key with the Two of Cups reversed is to get out of the head and into the heart. Okay, and that means, if you have been maybe doing a lot of, maybe focusing too much on the rational, focusing too much on the arguing, too much on the debate, getting a bit litigious about it. Maybe you're not, but maybe other people are. That can be kind of like a shield for weak people. Make sure that you are not giving yourself an opportunity to prolong a negative situation. Sometimes we have to drop it. We have to drop the act or get other people to drop the act. With the Two of Cups reversed, how do we renew a heart-to-heart connection, right? People getting real with each other, people being able to get back to basics with each other. That's going to be a huge focus of this week. In fact, as we get on to the Six of Cups reversed, when it comes to your material concerns, when it comes to your job, your finances, as well as anything related to your living conditions in a practical way, you've got the Six of Cups in reverse. And the Six of Cups reverse is indicating that you're getting a chance to clear something that's been kind of a cloud over your head in the material world, in the resource world. Something that maybe has kept you from making a big step or making a big investment in yourself, making a big jump in your career, a big move in your life. Whether we are purging something that, we've had a hard time paying off. Maybe it has to do with something that we've been tied up with. It's not necessarily an expenditure, but it may be something that's been an expense of our time, right? A project that's going nowhere, something that's eating up too many hours, or maybe even something from our past that we're trying to clean up so that once that gets out of our way, we can put something else there. The Six of Cups reversed is allowing for a smooth replacement, a smooth healing, and a smooth clearing to occur. And some of you may be finding that when it comes to your workspace and to, just your job in general, there's something going on at the office, something going on in your field, or maybe with a job that you're applying to, which you have a really, really, really good chance of getting, that is actually off the beaten path. It's going against precedent. It's going against what is normal or custom in your field. It feels very, very evolved. It feels very ahead of its time, and I think you're going to like it. As we get on to your communications with friends, relatives, maybe other people in your life in the platonic world, you've got the sun upright, and it does look like there will be the healing of a relationship as it relates to one of the guys, one of the gals, or again, somebody in your family. Because with the sun card, we are restoring a very close platonic relationship back to the way it was when it was at its best. And with the Two of Cups reversed, I do feel like it's about, again, coming out of the head and into the heart, right? I know it sounds a little bit cheesy, but when people who are capable of being emotionally fluent, heart-centered, and getting away from, again, just throwing out lines and arguments and trying to gainsay each other, maybe even dropping the conflict altogether when those things don't apply anymore. You find out people are still trying to establish a connection. Just work with that connection. You know, when you're healing this relationship with your friend, you're healing this relationship with your brother, your sister, or whatever. You know, with this Sun card, it's a chance to get rid of all of that trauma drama and really get into a space where it is a really mutually enhancing connection once again. And I do feel like with the Sun, this is also pulling you back together for an opportunity to connect with friends and those you really care about that maybe you've been distanced from. It's going to be a very sweet week. Now your challenge, interestingly enough, pairs very nicely with that Two of Cups reversed. Your challenge this week is the Queen of Swords, okay? So remember, everything's coming into a space of emotional maturity, emotional fluency, and on the heart level. Getting out of the mind level, getting out of the pens, the swords, the wheels, and the metal. And with the Queen of Swords as a challenge, you're going to have to pay attention to where that kind of approach to negotiating relationships and litigating relationships only prolongs the pain, only prolongs the struggle. And notice when maybe you are dealing with people that, again, do use that as kind of a shield when they're feeling weak. Notice when people might be not necessarily speaking from the heart, but they're using what they've seen other people use to get what they want, almost like they're quoting a movie, or they're just kind of pulling things out of their head that they think that they're supposed to say, because with the Queen of Swords, it's about patterns and strategy and not, in a challenge position. Only in this case, the patterns and strategy are not working for them and they're not working for you. Pay attention when it comes to the Queen of Swords as a challenge. We have to be able to cut the crap. All right, as in no performativity, no special lines, no doing the dance, no going through any special routine, when it comes to the way we communicate with people. Get people to be real by being real and refusing to play along with their style in this respect. As we get on to your love life with, your romantic partnerships, whether you are looking for somebody new or you are in an established relationship, you have the Three of Wands upright. And I'm seeing a lot of you Libra people who are either single or available actually getting a chance to connect in a very fun way with somebody that either you haven't necessarily heard from in a while, or they may have even dropped off your radar. But with the Three of Wands, the connection is getting established or reestablished. Now with the Three of Wands, I feel like this is something that is starting off very light. It's very fun. I'm not seeing this carrying any kind of emotional heaviness or stress or strain. This does feel like something that may even build up in chemistry and rapport very, very quickly, because we are lobbing these messages back and forth very, very quickly. Some of you may find that this person, I'm not sure if they're actually near you, because some of you may be kind of getting this from an afar kind of thing and then planning for something in the near future, but it's still very good news. For those of you who are currently in established relationships, your partner is actually going to be speeding up developments in something that the two of you have been working on together. And they've kind of taken it upon themselves to do it, whether they've gone out and found something for you guys, or they've gone out and rustled up the money for it, or rustled up the connection for it, or, it's like if you guys were, say, doing a search for, like the perfect place to do X, Y, and Z thing, or you've been shopping around for something, your partner's found it. Your partner is coming with the completion of a quest you were both on together. And when it comes to the love side of it, it also looks like with the Three of Wands, a partner is going to be stepping into a space where they want to do something a bit more playful, a bit more experimental for them, but it's actually something that you've wanted to do all along. So that's what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.